Chosen one, what I'm about to say may shake you, but your spirit already knows it's true. If you're watching this, it's not by accident. God led you here because something unimaginable is awakening in you. You have done what 1,000 gods could not. You carried what no one else could hold. Even heaven itself stood up in recognition of your mission. You were not sent to ask permission, to blend in, or to wait for validation. You were sent to shift reality. The very things you used to pray for are now moving toward you, because you're not just aligned, you are activated. This isn't just a mindset shift, it's a spiritual revolution. The illusion of lack is breaking. You are stepping into your power, not as someone seeking God, but as someone embodying divine power in motion. Before we dive into this life-altering message, pause for a moment and align with this energy. Hit that like button, subscribe to help us reach 20,000 chosen ones, and leave a comment with the number 11. That number isn't random. It's a divine code, a signal to the universe that you are ready to receive. If you feel this message in your spirit, watch until the end, because some won't be able to handle this truth. But if you do, your life will never be the same. Others were called. You were chosen. Now let's go deeper. There are moments in life and beyond life that only a rare few can grasp. A sacred mission too heavy, too profound for even the mightiest to bear. You stepped forward when countless others hesitated or failed. The world held its breath, sensing the weight of your purpose, yet no one fully understood the depth of the task laid upon your shoulders. You weren't chosen for convenience or chance. You were forged through fire and storm, entrusted with a destiny so immense that even 1,000 gods could not complete it. This mission was not a simple task. It was the unraveling of dark forces, the illumination of forgotten truths, and the resurrection of hope where despair had taken root. Your journey began long before you even realized it. The echoes of past failures whispered around you, warnings from those who tried and faltered. Yet, unlike them, you refused to turn away. In your heart burned an unquenchable flame, a divine determination to push beyond the impossible. The burden was immense, to walk paths no one dared to tread, to face battles invisible to the eye, and to hold the fragile light of salvation even when the shadows threatened to consume it. This wasn't just a mission, it was a sacred oath written in the stars, a cosmic contract between your soul and the universe itself. No story of heroism compares to the reality of carrying a burden meant for the divine alone. Your strength was not born from arrogance, but from relentless faith in what you were meant to be. While many gods hesitated, stalled, or were blinded by their own limits, you shattered the ceiling of possibility. Your courage awakened dormant energies within the world, stirring the winds of change. You didn't just carry the mission, you embodied it, became its living incarnation. And in that, you transformed the impossible into inevitable. Imagine a realm where divinity itself pauses in reverence, where celestial beings, radiant and eternal, look down and stand still, struck by the power and grace emanating from a mortal soul. That is the magnitude of your strength. You are a force so rare and profound that even heaven itself bowed in awe, not out of fear, but because your spirit blazed with a light that transcended the divine. Your strength is not just physical or intellectual, it is a radiant power born from suffering, resilience, and unyielding hope. This is the strength that doesn't roar. It whispers and stills storms. Your story is woven with moments where the heavens watched in silence, witnessing how you endured what others could not. When the world's harshest trials came crashing down, you did not falter. Instead, you became a beacon, anchored in faith, grounded in love, and unstoppable in your will. Heaven's awe is a testament to the sacred fire burning within you, a fire that refused to be extinguished by pain, doubt, or betrayal. Your strength is a quiet revolution, a force that reshapes destinies without needing to shout. It's easy to mistake strength for mere power or dominance, but your kind of strength is far more profound. It's the strength that holds back tears to comfort others, that chooses compassion when anger would be simpler, and that keeps walking when every step feels unbearable. Heaven admired not just your victories, but the sacred grace in your struggles, the humility in your power, and the softness beneath your unbreakable exterior. In this awe, you find your true divinity, not as a conqueror, but as a living miracle. There is a myth that gods only dwell in light, untouched by darkness or pain. But you shattered that illusion. You are the God who descended into shadows, not to be consumed, but to reclaim them. Walking among shadows means embracing the unknown, the misunderstood, and the feared. It means confronting the parts of existence that others deny or avoid, the grief, the loss, the loneliness. You became a bridge between worlds, a divine presence in the places where hope seemed lost and despair whispered loudest. Your journey through darkness was neither accidental nor easy. It was a choice, a conscious descent into the very chaos others fled from. You saw that true power lies not in avoiding the shadows, but in illuminating them from within. You brought light to the darkest corners of the human soul, offering healing and revelation where none was expected. Your footsteps in those shadowed places are sacred because they carry the promise that no darkness is absolute, no night eternal. Through your presence, shadows found meaning, and despair began to dissolve. Walking among shadows also meant standing alone, more often than not. Gods revered and feared do not always find companionship in their journeys. Yet your solitude was not emptiness, but sacred space, a crucible where your divine light was forged. The shadows, rather than devouring you, taught you the depth of empathy, the power of silence, and the strength found in vulnerability. In every dark step, you redefined what it means to be divine, showing that true godliness includes the courage to face darkness head-on. Absolutely. Here's the continuation, with the same vivid, emotional, and profound style for the remaining headings. You were never meant to blend into the background or follow a prescribed path. You came not to fit in, but to break through, to tear the veil that blinds the masses. That veil, woven from fear, ignorance, and complacency, shrouds the truth and keeps souls asleep. While others were content to live within those illusions, you stood as a disruptive force, a divine anomaly refusing to conform. You challenged norms, questioned dogma, and sparked fires in places long forgotten. Your presence alone was a rebellion. In rooms where silence ruled, your voice became thunder. In worlds where rules suffocated, you created new ones from the raw fabric of authenticity. You exposed lies with gentle ferocity and dismantled illusions with quiet power. This tearing of the veil wasn't destruction for its own sake, but an act of liberation. You invited others to wake, to see beyond the surface, and to reclaim their own divinity. Because of you, the world could no longer pretend ignorance was bliss. This was no easy path. To break the veil is to make enemies of comfort and convenience, to invite misunderstanding and sometimes hatred. But your spirit was forged in the fire of truth, and nothing could keep you silent. You tore the veil not to tear people down, but to lift them up, higher than they dared imagine. You are the force that shattered the illusion, so others might glimpse the divine light waiting beyond. You are a paradox, a living enigma wrapped in flesh, a force both feared and revered. To those who do not understand, you are unsettling, a power that disrupts their fragile sense of order. Yet to those who see deeper, you are a sacred beacon, a reminder that divinity can move in mortal form. You embody contradictions, strength and vulnerability, wrath and compassion, chaos and peace. This duality makes you unstoppable and unforgettable. People fear what they cannot control, and your presence defies control. You walk with a magnetic energy that pulls truth from hiding and forces the world to face itself. Your eyes carry storms, your silence holds thunder, and your touch leaves ripples in the soul. Yet beneath this fierce exterior beats a heart tender enough to heal the most broken. You are both the wildfire and the rain, the tempest and the calm. Being feared and revered is not a burden, but a testament to your authenticity. You refuse to hide who you are or dilute your power to appease others. Instead, you teach by example that divinity is not distant perfection. It is raw, messy, and deeply human. You are the living proof that godliness can walk among us, shaking foundations and rebuilding worlds from the ashes. The world tried to break you. It tested your limits, pushed you to your edges, and tried to shatter your spirit. But breaking was never your destiny. Instead, you became the blueprint, the living design of resilience, transformation, and divine power. Every crack in your armor became a window for light to pour through. Every scar, a sacred map of your journey. Where others saw damage, you revealed strength. Your story is not one of defeat, but of radical rebirth. Like a phoenix, you rose not from ashes, but from the very pressure meant to crush you. You taught the world that breaking is an illusion. What feels like collapse is often the foundation for something greater. Your example became a guide for those lost in their own struggles, a symbol that even the deepest wounds can give birth to brilliance. Becoming the blueprint means you don't just survive adversity, you transform it. You embody a new way of being, one where pain and power coexist, where vulnerability births strength. The world no longer sees you as fragile, but as the origin of strength itself. In every broken piece, you found a divine purpose, and through that, you rewrote the rules of what it means to be whole. You are the mirror that reflects not just surface beauty, but the raw, unfiltered truth. When people look at you, they see themselves, not as they want to be, but as they really are. Your presence forces reckoning, demanding that illusions be shed and masks dropped. This is a sacred and often terrifying gift. You do not offer comfort through lies. You give clarity through reflection. The world tried to look away, but you held the gaze steady. You showed the darkness lurking beneath smiles, the fear beneath bravado, and the divine spark buried beneath doubt. In doing so, you invited transformation. Seeing oneself honestly is the first step to true awakening, and you became the catalyst for that awakening in countless souls. This mirror you carry is not cold or judgmental. It is fiercely compassionate. It challenges not to condemn, but to heal. Your reflection demands growth, courage, and change. Because of you, the world had no choice but to confront itself, face its shadows, and step toward the light. You are the sacred reflection that shifts realities. Even the celestial beings, majestic and eternal, struggled to reach what you awakened. Your light penetrated depths untouched by angels and gods, stirring dormant souls with a power uniquely your own. This light is not blinding or boastful. It is a steady flame that calls forth life, hope, and rebirth where nothing seemed possible. You sparked the fires of transformation in places considered lost to darkness. This awakening was a miracle of presence. Your soul vibrated on frequencies that bridged the mortal and divine, awakening sleeping truths within humanity's core. You brought healing to wounds celestial hands could not reach, whispered courage where despair had silenced voices, and sparked revolutions in hearts thought too broken to beat again. Your light is a testament to the unique divine mission you embody. The celestial realm recognized this awakening, for it is rare and profound. You hold a flame that no star could ignite, a warmth that no cosmos could replicate. Through you, the universe expanded its understanding of divine possibility. You are the awakening that changed the course of souls and rewrote what it means to shine. Your story is more than memory. It is a living echo, a vibration that reverberates beyond time. Though centuries may pass, your impact remains, woven into the fabric of existence like a sacred hymn that refuses to fade. Time tries to silence many, but you are a force that no clock can cage. Your legacy is not carved in stone, but alive, pulsing through generations like a divine heartbeat. This echo carries lessons, truths, and power. It is the call to courage for those who have forgotten their own strength, the whisper of hope for the weary, and the song of defiance against despair. Your presence in history is not an isolated moment, but a continuous wave that inspires transformation and awakening. You are a story told in stars and breathed in winds. To be a living echo means you transcend the limits of mortality. Your spirit dances in the spaces between past and future, reminding the world that some forces are eternal. Your vibration is a sacred legacy, a reminder that what you embodied can never truly be lost. It only grows louder with each passing moment. In a world obsessed with noise, chaos, and war cries, your stillness was a revolutionary act. It held more power than any battle shout or clash of swords. Your silence was a sanctuary, a place where storms gathered strength before they broke free. In moments when others rushed to fight, your quiet presence shaped the tides of fate with subtle, unstoppable force. This stillness was not passive, but active, deeply intentional and fiercely alive. It held the weight of centuries, the wisdom of the cosmos, and the calm that precedes the thunder. Your breath became a beacon, your gaze a fortress. Through stillness, you wielded authority that demanded respect and invoked transformation. You showed the world that sometimes the greatest power is the power to be still. In your silence, others found strength to face their own battles. You demonstrated that war is not always fought with noise and fury. Sometimes it is won with patience, presence, and inner peace. Your stillness became a divine weapon, reshaping destinies and silencing the noise of doubt. The world expected you to fall, to crumble under the weight of trials, to surrender when faced with insurmountable odds. But you rose, not by waiting for permission, not by seeking approval, but because rising was your nature. In moments where others saw defeat, you saw opportunity. In ruins, you planted seeds of rebirth. Your resilience was not granted, it was claimed. Rising without permission means you answered only to your soul's calling. You did not wait for the world's blessing or validation. Instead, you stood up again and again, fueled by a fierce internal fire. This defiance became your signature, a refusal to be defined by circumstance or limitation. Where others broke, you rebuilt. Where others yielded, you conquered. Your rise is a story of unstoppable faith in oneself. It inspires those shackled by fear to find their own strength, to stand when the world tells them to sit, and to move forward even when the path is unclear. You became the living testament that rising is not a gift, it's a choice. You are the rumble of divine thunder, clothed in human flesh, a force of nature both terrifying and awe-inspiring. Your presence shakes foundations, awakens dormant forces, and commands attention without uttering a word. You carry the storm within, a blend of raw power and divine purpose that electrifies the world around you. To witness you is to feel the pulse of the cosmos beating through a mortal vessel. This thunder is not destructive without cause. It is justice, awakening, and transformation made audible. Your energy disrupts stagnant systems and shakes the very ground beneath old lies. Like thunder, your power is sudden, overwhelming, yet ultimately life-giving. It clears the air and brings renewal. In your human skin, the divine storm finds form, reminding all that godliness is dynamic, vibrant, and sometimes wild. Being divine thunder means embracing the chaos and order of existence simultaneously. You harness rage and mercy, power and grace. Your roar is a sacred call for awakening, a reminder that the divine does not whisper forever. Sometimes it must shake the heavens and earth to be heard. Prophets speak of what might come. You are the living proof that it has come. You embody the prophecy, the answer that all oracles dreamed of, but few believed would walk among us. You don't just predict change, you are the change. Your life is the fulfillment of ancient promises, the realization of sacred dreams woven into the fabric of time. This fulfillment is not passive, but active. You carry the weight of expectation and transcend it. The stories told around campfires and whispered in temples find their completion in you. You are the culmination of divine will, the arrival of what was once only hoped for. Your presence closes the circle between prophecy and reality. To be the fulfillment means to embody hope made flesh. You are the bridge between myth and matter, between dream and waking life. Your journey rewrote destiny and gave the world a new story to tell. A story where divine purpose walks boldly in human form. Opposition often meets those who carry light, but with every attempt to stop you, the world only raised you higher. Every shove, every betrayal, every doubt cast your way became the wind beneath your wings. Those who sought to silence you unknowingly amplified your voice. Resistance fueled your rise, and opposition became the foundation of your elevation. This paradox is the hallmark of true power. When the world tries to contain a fall like yours, it only highlights how unstoppable you are. You transformed opposition into momentum, using every obstacle as a stepping stone toward your divine purpose. You didn't just endure attacks, you transcended them, becoming more radiant and unbreakable with each challenge. Your elevation through struggle teaches that adversity is not a barrier, but a catalyst. You show that the forces aligned against you are often the very forces that carve out your throne. You are a living example that attempts to stop true divinity only magnify its light. In the vast, cosmos of possibilities, there is only one you, the singular divine force uniquely equipped for this mission. No other god, spirit, or celestial being could have walked this path, carried this burden, or ignited this revolution. Your soul's design, your journey's trials, and your sacred purpose converge to create a force unparalleled and irreplaceable. This uniqueness is a sacred truth. You embody a divine role that transcends titles and myths. You are the one who shattered limitations, healed impossible wounds, and awakened worlds. In your hands, the impossible became reality, and in your steps, the divine found motion. You are not just a god, you are the only god who could do this. To realize this is to understand your ultimate power and responsibility. You are a living miracle, a cosmic anomaly, and the sacred answer the universe awaited. In your existence, the divine found its most profound expression, and through you, reality itself is forever transformed. There is a force within you, hidden beneath layers of struggle and triumph that the world cannot see, but feels in every step you take. This unseen power is the core of your unbreakable will, a secret reservoir of divine energy forged through pain, perseverance, and purpose. It is not something given lightly, nor is it the result of chance. It is the alchemy of your soul's relentless refusal to surrender. Every challenge you faced did not weaken you. It deepened this power, making it unshakable. Your will is more than stubbornness or determination. It is a sacred flame that refuses to be doused by doubt, fear, or opposition. It is the quiet voice in the dark that whispers, "Keep going," when the world screams for you to stop. This power is the sum of every heartbreak transformed into hope, every failure turned into lesson, and every setback used as fuel. It is the divine blueprint etched in your DNA, guiding you beyond limits others thought absolute. Though this power is unseen by many, its effects ripple through reality. Your presence changes atmospheres, your decisions alter destinies. The unseen strength in your will radiates like gravity, pulling the lost, the broken, and the weary toward your light. It is the reason why, despite the odds stacked against you, you continue to rise, because inside you is a force the universe itself honors in silence. This power also demands sacrifice and courage. To carry such will means walking roads no one else dares to walk, and embracing isolation when others misunderstand you. Yet you never waver. Every sacrifice was a pledge to your higher self, and every lonely step was a testament to your faith in the unseen path. In this sacred strength lies your divine authority, the power to change worlds without uttering a word. Ultimately, the unseen power behind your will is your divine signature. It is what sets you apart from all others. While others break beneath pressure, you become more solid, more radiant, more alive. You embody the eternal truth that true power is not always loud or visible. It is the unyielding, invisible force that moves mountains and creates miracles in silence. Your soul is more than a vessel. It is a sanctuary, a sacred refuge where the lost, broken, and weary find rest. You did not choose this role casually. The universe shaped you to be a harbor amid storms, a place where shattered spirits could gather and be whole again. This sanctuary is built not with walls, but with an openness so vast it embraces the deepest wounds and silent cries. You carry a gentle strength that invites the hurting to lay down their burdens and breathe again. To become this sanctuary, you first had to journey through desolation yourself. Your own pain and isolation gave you the keys to this sacred space. You understand the language of loneliness and despair because you have spoken it intimately. Rather than turning away from your suffering, you transformed it into a wellspring of empathy. Through every tear shed and every night spent in shadow, you crafted a sacred shelter that others now find instinctively. The sanctuary you embody is alive, pulsating with divine love and healing energy. It offers no easy answers or false comforts, but holds a profound truth that pain is not the end, but a threshold. Within this space, souls awaken to their own light, rediscover strength buried beneath trauma, and begin to rewrite their stories. Your soul is a lighthouse guiding ships lost at sea, a place where transformation begins and miracles quietly unfold. Being a sanctuary also means holding space for contradiction, love and anger, joy and sorrow, strength and vulnerability. You create a safe paradox where all parts of a person are honored. This sacred balance invites wholeness, where nothing is rejected or feared. In your presence, the lost find permission to be themselves fully, and through that permission, they discover freedom. Ultimately, your soul's sanctuary is a divine gift to the world. It is a living testament that even amidst chaos, there is a place of peace and profound belonging. You are the shelter in the storm, the calm in the chaos, the sacred home for those seeking healing. Through you, the lost are found, and the broken are made whole. There is a fire burning within you, one that no other soul could have sparked. It is a sacred flame, born from the unique fusion of your struggles, dreams, and divine calling. This fire is not reckless or destructive. It is purposeful, illuminating the darkest corners of existence and burning away illusions that obscure truth. It is a fire that awakens, transforms, and sets free, and it only lives because you breathe life into it. This sacred fire was born in the crucible of your trials. Every hardship you faced added fuel to its blaze, intensifying its glow. It burns with the heat of your courage, the passion of your vision, and the purity of your intent. Unlike ordinary flames that flicker and fade, this fire is eternal, sustained by your relentless commitment to purpose and your refusal to settle for anything less than divine truth. Your fire does more than light your path. It ignites the hearts of others. It awakens dormant potential, encourages bold leaps, and inspires revolutions in the soul. Many have tried to contain or snuff it out, but your flame refuses to be tamed. It dances wildly, unpredictable, yet beautifully precise, calling others to rise from their own ashes and embrace their sacred power. This fire also demands responsibility. To carry it means to be a steward of transformation, a guardian of light that must be wielded with wisdom and compassion. It requires balance between passion and patience, destruction and creation. You have mastered this balance, knowing when to blaze fiercely and when to warm gently, nurturing growth through both fire and grace. In the grand tapestry of existence, your sacred fire is a divine thread, weaving change and awakening. It is your unique offering to the cosmos, a blaze that burns not to consume, but to illuminate. Through this fire, you become a creator, a healer, and a warrior of the soul's deepest truths. There comes a moment when the cosmos holds its breath, waiting for the arrival of the one destined to shift the balance. That moment was yours, when the universe paused in anticipation, looking for a force capable of fulfilling the impossible. You stepped forward and delivered. You became the answer to prayers whispered in silence, the light piercing through waiting darkness, the sacred fulfillment of cosmic yearning. This delivery was not spontaneous, but the culmination of lifetimes of preparation. Your essence, refined by challenge and triumph, was uniquely calibrated to meet this exact moment. You carried not just the weight of expectation, but the deep wisdom required to wield it with grace. The universe trusted you with this sacred charge because no one else possessed the vision, strength, and resilience to succeed. Delivering when the universe waits means you are more than a participant. You are a catalyst, a pivotal force that alters the course of history. Your actions ripple across dimensions, awakening dormant potentials and birthing new realities. You carry the responsibility of knowing that what you create is not just for you, but for countless souls who depend on your courage and clarity. This role requires humility and faith. To be the deliverer is to understand that you are part of a larger cosmic dance, where timing, intention, and alignment converge. You move with both determination and surrender, trusting the process even when the path is unclear. Your delivery is not just an act, but a sacred performance, harmonizing with the universe's grand design. In delivering what the universe awaited, you transform time itself. You become a living legend, a cosmic pivot around which reality turns. Through you, the impossible becomes inevitable, and the divine will manifest in flesh and purpose. Your spirit moves with a rhythm unlike any other, a dance between the forces of creation and chaos. You embody both the artist shaping worlds and the storm shaking foundations. This dance is not random but sacred, a dynamic balance that births new possibilities from destruction and renewal. Through this interplay, you navigate the edge of transformation, weaving miracles from what others perceive as chaos. Creation and chaos are often seen as opposites, yet you hold them as complementary forces within your soul. In your hands, chaos is not a threat, but a catalyst, a necessary upheaval that clears space for creation to flourish. Your spirit embraces uncertainty with grace, knowing that from the wildest storms emerge the richest soils for growth. This dance is both your challenge and your gift. Your movement between these forces is marked by courage and intuition. You step boldly into the unknown, trusting your inner compass to guide you through darkness and light. Your spirit is fluid, flexible, and fearless, able to pivot with the shifting tides of existence without losing its core. This agility makes you a powerful agent of change and a beacon for those seeking transformation. This dance is also deeply creative. You don't merely survive chaos, you choreograph it. Your spirit composes symphonies of possibility, where others see only noise and destruction. You birth new worlds with every step, turning chaos into a canvas for divine expression. This creative power flows from your connection to both the seen and unseen realms. Ultimately, your spirit's dance is a sacred art form, an eternal interplay between order and disorder that fuels evolution. Through your movement, you teach that embracing chaos is essential to creation, and that true power lies in the ability to navigate both with grace and wisdom. Within you pulses a revolution so profound it requires no loud proclamations, or grand gestures.